So this is a video that everyone's requested. Not everyone, should I say? Not everyone. A lot of people have asked me to sort of, they want to hear what it sounds like. So I thought I'd do a video of what it sounds like. This is in my spare room, so I was debating whether to plug it into just the recorder or plug it into an amp. I thought, well, you know what? I'll plug it into an amp, so it's in this one. I can't have it very loud because, well, my neighbours are in next door. Literally, their bedroom is either side of this wall, and it's not late. It's late. It's sort of late afternoon on a Sunday, but still, I don't want to annoy them. So yeah, I thought I'd just a quick overview of it. So I've actually had this bass about in this form for about 8-9 months. I just haven't bothered finishing it. There's a few things I hadn't done to it, so I hadn't put the back on it. The pickup wasn't wired up. It didn't have a control on it. It was basically the neck was on the body. I made sure it fitted, and that was it. The neck, the tuners, and bridge were on another bass that I had way back in like 2005 or something like that, which I played with a few mates and recorded on a few little demos and stuff I think I did back then. I'll have to ask Dave if he's got a copy of it all, because I haven't. I'll see if I can find a picture. If I can find a picture, I'll put it in now. Yeah, the body I bought off eBay last year. No, not last year. Crikey, last year, 2020. Just want to forget about that. I think I bought it sort of the middle of 2019. Just bought it off eBay because I thought, you know what, that was really cool. It was already had the hole for this pickup, so all I did was just thought, well, I'll take a chance that it said it fitted a Fender neck, and this bottom of this neck, believe it or not, is the same size as a Fender bass neck, like a precision bass neck. So I took a punt on it. Thought, well, it was like 60 quid. I was like, I mean, look at the top on it. The top on it. What we're doing with plectrum now. There's one thing to play in these spaces. Playing with your fingers. We're bad at tune, I can't be asked. I've probably tuned it up about 30 times today. Or a plectrum. So the strings arranged. So the octave string you hit first. Octave E and low E together, A, B, G. One of my favourite 8-string, 12-string and whatever, he plays all sorts of weird instruments, is John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. So he plays, I can't remember which album it's off, but on one of the Led Zeppelin albums, it's basically the song Nobody's Fault But Mine, but you listen to the bass on that, compared to all the other usual bass sounds he has, it's massive. The reason being, he's playing an 8-string bass, or it could be a 12, I don't know, I need to maybe look up on that. But the sound of it is massive, and no doubt he probably played it through a 360, which basically is the same rig as this, it's just the older version of that. So yeah, it probably would have played an alembic bass at the time, I don't know. Anyway, but that's what he played on it. That's a really famous riff. So I'm plugging this through. I've got a Sounds Amp Tech 21 bass driver on the floor to give it a bit of grind. An EBS little reverb pedal just to add a bit of efficiency, bit of distortion. But yeah, the riff. So other bass, I can't think of any other bass players. Oh, the other probably really famous bass line is Pearl Jam. I can't remember the guy's name, but it's a really good line. I'll try and play it. Something like that, but you get the idea. So you can play the bass as a normal. If I turn the reverb off, if I turn the drive off, this is how it kind of sounds on its own. If I just play it with things like an all bass, without hitting the small strings, it's hard to play it because you've got the small strings. The idea is, most people playing with a Plectrum is to play it, yeah, when Plectrum hit the piccolo strings, the octave strings first. Chords on it. Reverb on it. Good album to listen to for multi-string basses is an album that John Paul Jones did in the early 2000s, is it, or the late 90s? I think it might be the late 90s, called Zorma. You've got to check it out. It is heavy. The first song is just immense. He's got to be playing a 12-string bass on it, because I can't even get near the sound of it on this through effects drives or speaker emulators or nothing. It's massive. It's such a big song. You would attempt to try and play the bass to it. It's ridiculous, but it's a really good album if you're into bass. It's quite interesting. Most of the songs are done on just multi-string basses, so it's interesting. He is the king of riffs, after all. You think of all the Led Zeppelin songs with all those really cool bass riffs in. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Zorma, the album is. Check it out. But yeah, this the opening track is pretty massive. Oh, I'll try and play it. I won't guarantee though, but it's really quick, and this bass is they're not quick to play at all, because even though the action on this bass is quite low, it's got a cricket back neck, because obviously it's got support 8 strings, so it's not a slim neck at all. But here we go. I'll give it a go. Yeah, here we are.
that's hard to play. It's hard to play. I'll play it really easily on that, but there we go.
Oh yeah, and you can't really slap its bass at all.